सच्चिदानन्दं वासुदेवं व्रजप्रियं धर्मसंस्थापकं वीरम्।
नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि बोल। नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि बोल।
नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि बोल। नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि बोल। नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि बोल। नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि बोल। नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि बोल। नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि बोल।
नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि बोल।
नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि बोल।
नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि बोल।
नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि बोल।
नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि बोल।
नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि बोल।
नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि बोल।
नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि बोल।
नारायण हरि नारायण हरि बोल। नारायण हरि नारायण नारायण हरि
नारायण हरि नारायण हरि बोल। नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि बोल।
हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि बोल। नारायण हरि नारायण नारायण हरि बोल।
नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि बोल। नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि बोल।
नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि बोल।
नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि बोल।
नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि बोल।
नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि बोल। हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि
नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि
नारायण हरि नारायण हरि ओ नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि
नारायण हरि
नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि
नारायण हरि
नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि
नारायण हरि
नारायण हरि
नारायण हरि
नारायण हरि
अधरं मधुरं वदनं मधुरं नयनं मधुरं हसितं मधुरं हृदयं मधुरं गमनं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
वचनं मधुरं चरितं मधुरं वसनं मधुरं वलितं मधुरं चलितं मधुरं भ्रमितं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
वेणुर्मधुरो रेणुर्मधुराः पाणिर्मधुराः पादौ मधुरौ नृत्यं मधुरं सख्यं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
गीतं मधुरं पीतं मधुरं भुक्तं मधुरं सुप्तं मधुरं रूपं मधुरं तिलकं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
हरणं मधुरं तरणं मधुरं हरणं मधुरं स्मरणं मधुरं वमितं मधुरं शमितं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
कुञ्जा मधुरा माला मधुरा यमुना मधुरा वीची मधुरा सलिलं मधुरं कमलं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
मधुरा लीला मधुरा युक्तं मधुरं मुक्तं मधुरं दृष्टं मधुरं शिष्टं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
मधुरा गावो मधुरा यष्टिर्मधुरा सृष्टिर्मधुरा दलितं मधुरं फलितं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
हरि शरणं 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 हरि शरणं
हरि शरणं हरि शरणं
हरि शरणं हरि शरणं
हरि शरणं हरि शरणं
हरि शरणं हरि शरणं
हरि शरणं हरि शरणं हरि शरणं हरि शरणं
हरि शरणं हरि शरणं हरि शरणं हरि शरणं हरि शरणं हरि शरणं हरि शरणं हरि शरणं हरि शरणं हरि
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मनु मुकुरु सुधारी बरनउ रघुवर बिमल जसु जोदायक फलचारी बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेस विकार जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीसति लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे कांधे मूज जनेऊ साजे शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन नंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के काज संवारे लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुबीर हरषि उर लाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरतहि सम भाई सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावे अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा जम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सकै कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर है सब जग जाना जुग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु लील्योताहि मधुर फल जानू प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माही जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हरे तेते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना आपन तेज संहारो आपे तीनों लोक हांकते कांपे भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे महावीर जब नाम सुनावे नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे चारों जुग पर ताप तुम्हारा है पर सिद्ध जगत उजियारा साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे अष्ट सिद्धि नौ निधि के दाता असवर दीन जानकी माता राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे अंत काल रघुबर पुर जाई जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई और देवता चित्तन धरई हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा की जय नाथ हृदय महडेरा पवन तनय संकट हरना मंगल मूर्ति रूप राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसहु सुर भूप सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय।
ಜೈ ಶ್ರೀ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಶ್ರೀ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ವಂದೇ ಜಗದ್ಗುರು ಓಂ ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರುಭ್ಯೋ ನಮಃ. On behalf of the Geeta Pariwar, I extend a warm welcome to all the Geeta sadhakas to today's Vivechan session. Sarva Shastramayi Geeta, Sarva Devamayo Harihi. We are all indeed blessed to be learning Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā from Geeta Pariwar. And beyond memorizing the Geeta, the weekend Vivechan sessions give us the opportunity to grasp the deeper meanings of the verses, allowing us to live by its principles. Today we are having the third interpretation session of the 18th adhyaya of Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā, Moksha Sannyasa Yogaha. As the saying goes, Tena vina trunamapi na chalati. Let us pray to the Bhagavan and seek the blessings. To recite the prarthana, we have Srimati K. Vijayalakshmi ji with us. Vijayalakshmi ji is from Hyderabad, Telangana, and she holds a master's degree in science, and she is a chemistry lecturer associated with Geeta Pariwar since June 2023, she is offering Seva as a trainer for L2 to L3 levels. Vijayalakshmi ji, Didi, Jai Shri Krishna.
जय श्री कृष्ण जय श्री कृष्ण वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णो वन्दे जगद्गुरुं कृष्णो वन्दे जगद्गुरुं जय श्री कृष्ण
Thank you, Vijayalakshmi ji, for that beautiful prayer. Really appreciate it. Now
Thank
it is
you.
Deepa Prajwalan. Let us ward off the tamas in and around us with the Jyoti. Deepa Jyoti Parabrahma. Deepas Sarvatamopaha. Deepena Sadhyate Sarvam Sandhya Deepam Namostute. So we have Kolluru Lalita ji with us to light the lamp. Lalita ji is from Vishakhapatnam and she joined Geeta Pariwar in July 2023. She is doing Seva as a L1 trainer while being a L4 Geeta Sadhaka herself. Now I request Lalita ji to do the light the lamp.
निषिद्धैरप्येभिर्लुलितमकरन्दो मधुकरैः करैरिन्दोरन्तश्छुरित इव सम्भिन्नमुकुलः विधत्तां सिद्धिन्नो नयनसुभगामस्य सदसः प्रकीर्णः पुष्पाणां हरिचरणयोरञ्जलिरयम् शरदिन्दुनिभां शुभ्रां शुभ्रवस्त्रैरलङ्कृतां कलहंसकृतावासां वरदां शारदां नुमः.
Thank you, Alita ji Didi. Thanks for giving the auspicious start by lighting the lamp. Before we start the session, there is a quick announcement. As you already know, Sampurna Geeta Parayana, a divine initiative by Geeta Pariwar, has completed 1 year with Bhagwan's blessings, Guru's grace, and devoted Geeta Sevis recitals. To celebrate this significant milestone, Akhanda Sampurna Geeta Parayana will be conducted tomorrow, Sunday, September 15th, from 6:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. Indian Standard Time. Please do take part in this blessed event. Now it is time for the most awaited part of the session. Our speaker of the day is respected Srimati Shraddha Raodeo ji Didi, and it is an honor to introduce this accomplished lady. Now, Shraddha ji is from Bhagyanagar. The name itself, the Bhagya, it's a Bhagya to us having her in with us today. And she is an accomplished engineer with a BE in electronics and a postgraduate diploma in IT systems and management. She has successfully driven innovative mobile development projects. And then Shraddha Raodeo ji, Didi ji, is an esteemed spiritual scholar, and she is a devoted disciple of our Parama Pujya Swamiji Guru Govind Dev Giriji Maharaj. And then she is a dedicated member of the online Geeta Pariwar, and she has played a crucial role in its expansion and influence since August 2020. And as a versatile contributor, she excels in training, examination, interpretation, and leading the class monitoring team as well. Her exceptional teaching skills are evident in the impressive number of students who have earned Geeta Pathak and Geeta Pathik certifications under her tutelage. And living by Geeta Parivar's motto, Learngeeta, teach Geeta, and live Geeta. She has been positively impacting lives by teaching Geeta to people from diverse backgrounds, including inmates of Bhopal jail. Through the Balagopalam initiative, she is providing children with a strong spiritual foundation. Shraddha Raodeo ji Didi, I request you to please enlighten us with your spiritual knowledge and expertise. Jai Shri Krishna Didi ji.
Jai Shri Krishna Manjari. This beautiful start of the session with a lovely prarthana and a beautiful deep prajvalan. Let us begin this session by remembering Swamiji and Shri Krishna himself. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Para ब्रह्मा तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय हरये परमात्मने प्रणतः क्लेशनाशाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधिता भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीमष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दनामि भगवद्गीते भगवद्वेषिणीम्। ॐ श्री गुरवे नमः। ॐ श्री कृष्णाय नमः। With immense blessings from Param Pujya Swamiji and Shri Krishna himself, we all are in the middle of a beautiful chapter, which is a summary of all the chapters that we have learned so far. It is known as the Kalashadhyaya, as we had seen. If you consider the entire Bhagavad Gita as a temple, then this Adhyaya adorns that temple as a kalash of the temple. What is the kalash? The one thing, if you're not able to take darshan of God, or if you're not able to enter the temple, then what we do, we will look at the kalash, and it is equivalent to taking the darshan of the God himself. Similarly, if we are not able to get through the entire Bhagavad Gita, this Adhyaya, it is as if we get a darshan of the entire Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā. And that is the beauty of this chapter, that is the importance of this chapter. And in this chapter, we were at a very, very critical point where Shri Krishna is explaining in depth. He has done an in-depth synopsis of karma. Karma is something that we are always doing. Never we are without karma. As a human being, as human body, we are always busy doing something or the other. We cannot stay without doing karma even for a minute. And in this, whatever we do, see, this is very important. Why is it that we cannot live without doing karma? And what is the importance of being so karma-rat, karya-rat? What is the importance of being always busy, always doing some actions? It is because these actions are going to be the ultimate liberating force. They are the means of cleansing your subconsciousness, of cleansing your actions, and accumulating a lot of good deeds for yourself. When this action, as a human being, when we are born as human beings, when actions are so important to us, it is also important to understand what is the best type of action, what is the best way of doing actions. And we had seen a very important principle, that how our desires to do the action, which forms, it's just a desire of doing the action, comes from knowledge, from something that is knowledgeable, and the one who is a knower, they form the karma chodana. We had seen this in great details in the previous session. Jnanenjneyam parijñāta trividha karma chodana. Karanam karma karte trividha karma sangraha. And then we had seen that these three together convert into three critical aspects of karma sangraha. Karma sangraha is the collection of all the actions, is the collection of it forms the basis of all actions. Karma sangraha basically forms the basis of all the actions. And now these three, which are now the basis of actions, which the karta, jnana, and the karma, they form the basis of any action. And we had seen, now Shri Krishna has done in-depth analysis of all this for us. He has given a great synopsis of this entire thing. In the 17th chapter and in the 18th chapter, we'll see Shri Krishna has explained every aspect in three categories, as in Sattva Gun, Rajva Gun, and Tamo Gun. Each of the characteristics, which is forming the basis of action, is also influenced by the three gunas. That is one important thing that Shri Krishna has elaborated to us. And then we are going to see all of these actions through all of these action in detail as three gunas. Just somebody tell me if my voice is clear or not? Today I've tried to use a new mic also. Manjula Didi, if you're there, Srinivas Bhaiya, am I audible clearly? Yeah, somebody can confirm. Participants won't be able to. Yes, fine. So no, volume is low. Some people are saying, okay, I'll try to be a little louder, but just a minute, give me a minute. I'll just adjust the mic a little bit. Is it any better? Can somebody confirm? Is this better? It's okay. Better now? Okay, fine. Okay. I'll also try to be a little louder, but yeah. Okay, thank you, everybody. So we'll continue with what we were discussing. So we have seen these three, each basis, each characteristics which forms the basis of action is divided into three further characteristics. So first we had seen the three types of knowledge. In shlok number 20, 21 and 22, we had seen the types of knowledge. Sattva guni knowledge, Rajo guni knowledge and Tamo guni knowledge. This much we had covered in the last section. And today we are going to start with something very important, and that is the karma. The three types of karma, based on the knowledge that is based on the knowledge that we have, it translates into action. Whatever action is going to happen, it is going to come out. What are the three different types of action? That is the next topic that Shri Krishna is discussing from shlok number 23. So we'll start from the shlok number 23 and see what are the three different types of knowledge that Shri Krishna is trying to explain us. The first is obviously the Satvic, the best type of action. See, this shlok is very important from what perspective? That what is the best type of knowledge? The Satvic karma, which is the best type of karma. We all are constantly performing actions. Each of our actions, what we can do, we can check whether this action forms in the Satvic category, Rajasi category, or Tamasi category, and then strive to do what? The best possible type of karma. So, going to the Satvic karma, Shri Krishna explains in the 23rd shloka, Niyatam sangarahitam aragadveshatah kritam afalaprepsana karma yattat satvikamuchyate. So, after analyzing three types of knowledge, now let us examine our actions. See, these actions are going to, be a means of achieving something, of making basically our human birth successful. Actions are the means to make our human birth successful. And by analyzing our own actions, what we can do, we can upgrade our own actions. So first, let us look at the best type of action. What Shri Krishna says, Niyatam Sangarahitam. The first characteristic of any action is it should be a niyata action. What is the meaning of this word niyata? Niyata means something which is meant for us. Another word for niyata in Sanskrit or Hindi is nirdharit. What does it mean? It is meant for me. If I am a student, I am meant to be studying. Whatever is applicable to me, that is what am I expected to do. So who am I? Whether I am an engineer, but at home I'm expected to cook. I'm expected to look after my family. What am I expected to do? At what time? That becomes what? It is the niyata karma. It is meant for me. And sometimes we don't know what is meant for us. In these cases, there are two things. One is what is prescribed by the scriptures. As per our Vedas, what am I expected to do? As a father, what are my duties? As a mother, what are my duties? All these things we should try to find out. And what is done by great people? In certain situation, what was it that was done by great people? For instance, Bal Gangadhar Tilak ji, Veer Savarkar ji, they had an option of doing the slavery of taking big, jobs in the British rule, in the British government, and rule nicely, earn a lot of money. But what did they choose? They chose the country over their greed, over their desires, over any kind of worldly pleasures. And that is what we should try to follow. What we choose, what our scriptures have prescribed for us, that we should try, and that should form the basis of our motivation, niyatang, and sangarahita. What is the meaning of sangarahita? Sangha we have to understand in three contexts. Sangha means attachment, attachment to something. Now, this attachment is basically of three types. What are the three types of attachment? People can get attached to their work in three different ways. One is, what am I going to get from this work? So if I'm learning Bhagavad Gita, many small children especially, Auntie, ये Bhagavad Gita सीखने से क्या होता है? That is the first question that they ask. So because our minds are programmed in which way, that by learning this or by doing this, what am I going to get? So the first attachment that we develop towards any action is what? What am I going to get back in return? The second type of attachment is the attachment of being a doer. ये मैंने किया, I have done it. Even if we have done smallest of the action, what people will do? Put a status. This is done by me. This was cooked by me today. Immediately those status will come. This is where I've spent time with my family. Immediately the ego of being a doer, the feeling and boasting about being the doer of an action. That is the second kind of attachment that a person develops. And after this, the third kind of attachment is attachment to the job itself. What is the attachment to the job? For instance, there are suppose 2-3 types of job, where this is if I given an option, there is suppose an event being organized, and in that event there is one job of anchoring, like how Manjula Didi was telling nicely, smilingly, she's talking, everybody is able to see. That is one job of anchoring, where people will come to know about you. And then there is another job of keeping that event or place clean, Swachhata committee. If it is a cleaning committee, then how many of you would like to join the cleaning committee instead of the anchoring committee? And then we will develop a vision of distinction towards these two jobs. That this is a mediocre job. It doesn't get any recognition. Another one is a more prestigious job. So we associate prestige with the job and we develop preference towards the job itself. That is the third type of attachment. So these are the different types of attachment that a person can develop towards any karma or any action. And Krishna says that a person, the best category of action, what is Satvic action? The one which is Sangarahita, means any of these attachments should not come in that particular action. Then that action is what? Satvic action. These are the two characteristics. And what is the third characteristic that Shri Krishna says? Araga dveshata. Araga dveshata. Araga means without araga dveshata. Araga dvesha means what? Excessive love towards something, or dvesha means excessive hatred towards something. So just the example that we were seeing sometime back, people would love to do the anchoring, but nobody would like to join the Swachhata team. They have dvesha, they dislike towards the other action, and raga means affection towards the previous action. So araga dveshata means not having any preference of a particular action, whatever is by niyata karma. As a housewife, if I'm expected to cook, I'm also expected to clean the kitchen. I will only cook, I will not do the cleaning part. That we cannot do. Nor should we develop this attitude that a part of the job is pleasurable or displeasurable. That is very, very important. So no malice or no hatred towards any kind of job. See, and this is one very important thing that we learn from the life of Sri Krishna. How was his life? See, Shri Krishna has done everything, but he never had any attachment towards anything. One very beautiful, if you have heard Bhagavad Katha by our Param Pujya Swamiji, what he says that Sri Krishna is, we all know that he is very popular for the bansuri that he has been playing, the flute. So the flute that he plays is the best in the entire universe. Till date, even after 5,000 years, nobody has been able to play the flute, the magnificently, enchanting flute that Sri Krishna has played. But he left it. When he left his place after childhood, after 11 years of age, he has never touched flute. It was so dear. Was the flute not dear to Sri Krishna? It was very dear. But he immediately gave up the attachment towards flute when he left for Mathura. That time he left, and never has the mention come that after going to Mathura and then to Dwarka and other places, he has never touched the flute. He has never played. That context hasn't come. So never has he boasted, oh, what flute I used to play. When he was told to be the charioteer of Arjun, this thing didn't come. He was a great warrior himself. He has won Mahabharat war, we are thinking. He has won 18 such war. One war is so big. And Shri Krishna has himself won 18 wars, probably more in magnitude than what the Mahabharat war was. So he was a warrior of that caliber. But when he was told to do a job of charioteer, he happily did only the job of charioteer. What was expected out of him? Asanga Rahita. And Araga, he didn't think, oh, I'm a warrior and this is what you are expecting me to do. We don't ever do that. And this is about the raga, that is about the attachment. He didn't have any attachment. Even for the, when it comes to seva, when Yudhishthirji, when he did a big yajna, when everybody was distributing the duties, what duty has Sri Krishna picked for himself? The duty of kitchen was given to Bhimsen. The duty of serving food to people was given to Queen Draupadi. The duty of checking whether whatever donation is coming, are the jewels true or not, that was given to Vidurji, because he was very, very noble. And there were two committees. One was the Swachhata committee, who will look at the cleanliness, who will pick up the plates of the saints. When people are eating, when the Brahmins are eating, their plates cannot be picked up by them. Somebody has to pick up their place. Shri Krishna has taken that duty for himself. And who is Shri Krishna? Swayam Shri Vishnu Avatar, Shri Hari is not hesitant to take up that duty. He was adveshata. He did not have any hatred towards that job. That is what we learn from the life of Shri Krishna. When we all are trying to implement Bhagavad Gita in our lives, Gita padhe, padhai, Jeevan mein laye. This Jeevan mein laye aspect is very, very difficult. And for that, we have to look at the life of Shri Krishna and see how he has lived his life. When we go for this Shivir in Rishikesh, I remember we do this activity of cleaning the Ganga Ghat. So there is a beautiful ghat there, and that part of that ghat we clean up all the Shibir volunteers. I have seen how our Ashubhaya and everybody, all senior volunteers, with so much dedication, they will not, be worried about cleaning, all the, dirt which is accumulated over 1 year at that ghat. Next Shivir, we go and do the cleaning again. That is how a person's, perception should be towards any action. Araga dveshata. And the third important category Shri Krishna mentions, aphala prepsuna. What am I going to get out of this action? Is the first question that comes to our mind. But a sattvic karma. What is a sattvic karma? What is a good, best type of karma? There will be when that action is done without the thought of, of what is fascinating about this job. What is it that I will get? Our independence fighter, freedom fighters of our country, how they have fought the war. They didn't even know whether they'll get to live in independent Bharat, but they have fought because no botheration about what their work, the actions done by them are what are sattvic karma. There is one scientist, wise man scientist. He was an Israeli researcher. And at a time of war, he had helped America to a great extent. And when he helped after the war and America won that war, and they asked, what is it that we can do for you? What you can ask the nation, what can America do for you, Mr. Weissman? And what did he say in return? What I want is that he was a Jew, and he said, I want America to stand by Israel in all times. That's the only thing. I don't want anything for myself from that. What I want a country to stand by my country. That is the kind of great thought process that these great people had. Their actions are what Satvic Karna, his help done to the Americans is a Satvic Karma. Why? Because he didn't expect anything for him in return. We should always strive. Now, this is very, very important. We should analyze our karma, or if we are in a confusion, whether I should do something or I should restrain from doing something. If I should refrain from doing something, should I do or should I not do? Evaluate the action on these parameters and see if it is the highest order of the action. And then comes the next category, which is Krishna explains in the next shloka. Yattu kame suna karma sahankarena va punah kriyate bahulaya santatraja samudharatam. Now it is very difficult to be not doing any action without any result. So what is the type of era that we are living in? Nothing works without an incentive. If I'm getting some incentive of some work, then only we are driven to do that work. So how is this Rajasi karma? So they are kamepsuna. Kamepsuna means driven by some incentive, driven by some pleasures. I should get something in return. Va punah sahankarena. Also done with the ego of doership. So if somebody has forgotten to take the name in vote of thanks, I'm not going to do this because, last time I did it and they didn't even send me a note of appreciation. That is the kind of perception people have. That karma becomes what? A Rajasi karma. Kriyate bahulayasa. Now, even if it is done with some desires, even if it is done with an ego, the action is actually done with lot of efforts. Kriyate bahulayasam. The bahulayasam, it is bahul ayasa. Ayasa means lot of efforts. With lot of efforts, the actions are done. It is not easy to, even if you see how elections in our Bharat are happening, we need votes. I will do certain thing only if these people are going to give me votes. Otherwise, I don't care. This province, I never get any votes. I'm not going to do anything for this particular district or this particular province. That is Rajasi karma. What am I getting in return? Recently, we had Ganesh Puja. Now also we are doing till Ananta Chaturdashi. We are going to celebrate the Ganesh Utsav. And many people visit that Ganesh Utsav. They visit the pandal for what? Only to get prasad. What after the Aarti? Especially the young kids in the society and all. What they will do? We want... What is the prasad today? Laddu hai, puliara hai. What is the prasad? Based on that, they will come and attend. But at this moment, we should understand this is also very good. This, even if it is driven by desires, even if it is driven by some fruits for action, this type of karma, it should not be underestimated. It should not be criticized. Why? Because some desires are very, very important. Kamepsuna, when we say kamepsuna means kamaipsu means with a desire of some kind of desires, is longing for some kind of desires. If your desire is sattvic, very good. Like we were discussing about wise man. How his desire was that my country should be safe. Unless our freedom fighters had the desire that this nation should be free, then we would not have got independence. So this calm is very, very important. Shri Krishna, when you will see the 10th chapter, he has said, calm is my swaroop. In entire Bhagavad-Gītā, Swamiji always says that we should learn Bhagavad-Gītā, we should try to understand Bhagavad-Gītā in context of Mahabharata. And in context of Mahabharata, you'll understand that calm, basically desire, is very, very important. Because unless we have desire, see, Swami Vivekananda, how he has achieved so much in his times. He has traveled across the world spreading the message of our Sanatan Dharma, of the Hindu Dharma. No other saint, even today when we see our Swamiji also does so much, traveling and everything, but traveling in this era and traveling in that era has lot of difference. It was very, very tough for Swami Vivekananda ji to travel across the world and spread the message of peace and humanity that is given by our dharma. It was very difficult. But if he did not have desire, and if he would have said, no, it's okay, now I have done whatever I could do, and now rest is rest, Ishwar will decide, and that will happen. No, he took the reins in his hand. What Swamiji said is one very beautiful thing. Swami Vivekananda says that I want this country to become at least a Rajoguni. Why? Because they will be driven by desire. So these desires should not be misunderstood as completely unwanted. However, beyond a certain level, unless desire is there, great actions cannot happen. Desires are our first stepping stone towards progress. Unless I desire, so some student decides, I want to be an IAS officer. Unless and until that desire is there, he is not going to study. However, if these desires drive you towards adharma, then they are very, very bad. Then they are not good to have. For instance, I wish to have money. It's good to desire to have wealth, but for attaining wealth, if I'm going to, I'm going to go to any untolerable limits, then it is bad. So we have to have a very good balance between the desire and the Rajasi karma. Rajasi karma is also very good to begin with, because at least some karma is happening, at least some good thing is happening. Otherwise, it is going to be, otherwise, no actions will be happening at all. So this is also desirable, very, very okay, as long as your desires are good and they are in benefit for the entire society. Then there is a third category which says Anubandham Shayam Himsa Manaveksha cha Paurusham Mohadarabhyate Karma Tattama Samudaratam. This third category is something we should always avoid. Anubandham Shayam Himsam. What yat karma anubandham, the consequence of these actions, this tattamasa mudharatam. What is the tamas karma? These are the ones whose consequence itself is what? Himsa. That is any kind of non-violence, any kind of violence, basically. Now, when we talk about himsa, it could be any himsa, either sharirik himsa, vachik himsa, or mansik himsa, means the violence by action, going and killing anybody just because they are not following your way of worship or your dharma, not listening to you, or sorry, or violence by speech, saying wrong things to some people, or mansik, thinking wrong about anybody. Any of all these three are actions. Thinking is an action, speech and action itself is an action. Anything which is ending up in violence is tamas. It is not even tamasi karma. This itself is tamas. Shri Krishna says, tattamasam uchyate. It is tamas only, not even use the word as action. Another thing is anavekshacha paurusham, without considering whether I have the capacity to do this or not, without carefully considering whether I should do this or not. In recent times, in this season, when lot of rains have happened in all places, we see people going to that waterfall. I have been a swimming champion and jump and show my swimming valor, and then they've lost their lives. This is so sad. Anavekshaja paurusham, without carefully considering whether I have the capacity to do this action or not. And mohadarapyate, all these kinds of actions which end up in some kind of violence, some kind of undesirable consequences, some kind of undesirable violence, any kind of, how do they begin? Mohadarabhyate means they are done due to complete lack of knowledge. The actions originate from ignorance. These types of karma are what? Yattattamasa uchyate. They are tamas. They itself are tamas. So now, till now, what Shri Krishna has mentioned, three ingredients of action: the knowledge, the action itself, and the doer, karta. And in between all this, see, we have seen three types of knowledge, three types of karma, and then we are always trying to strive for doing what? Try to achieve a sattvic karma by at least becoming rajasi and completely avoiding what set of karma? The tamas karma. The third category that we saw in the shlok number 25, we should completely avoid that. Tattamas muchyate. That has to be completely avoided. So we should analyze ourselves and decide where we have to steer our lives. So now that knowing that I am staying in Bhagyanagar, that is Hyderabad, and I want to reach, say, Rishikesh, and if I start, driving from here, but take my car in the direction towards Pune or now other places, then where will I reach ultimately? We have to steer through our karma properly, steer through on the correct path, and for this we have to carefully examine our karma. To be able to carefully examine our karma, we have to also see where we are standing as a doer, as a karta, as a doer of action. Where am I standing? And then only we can do what? We can appropriately steer our actions in the right direction. And for that, Shri Krishna next describes very important thing, the three types of karta, that is the three types of doer. The first and the most important. This shlok is very, very important. We as Geeta sadhaks, we as Geeta sevis, should embed this in our minds as a sevi, as a volunteer, as a doer, as a family person, very, very well, as a karta, how you should be. Very beautifully explained by Shri Krishna in the 26th shlok. Satvic karta, a sattvic doer, a person, see, we all want to do great things, but to achieve any greatness, any kind of post like becoming a president, prime minister, that is not required. First important thing will be you develop a personality like that, because have a sattvic, a very, very attractive, very, very good personality. And how to achieve that? That will be explained in this sattvic karta's shlok. Mukta sango na hamvadi dhrityatsaha samanditaha siddhya siddhyo nirvikara karta satvika uchyate. Mukta sango na hamvadi. In any action, if an action is done with these three principles, with the principles that are mentioned in this shlok, mukta sangaha. If the actions are done with the principles that are mentioned in this particular shlok, they will bring lot of peace to your mind. So the first characteristic that Shri Krishna says is mukta sanga, free from all sorts of attachment. What is being free from all sort of attachment? Just like a mirror. How the mirror is, when a person looks into the mirror, it will only show the reflection. It will not capture any image within itself. It is not going to associate itself with the reflection that is within it. So we should not worry. We should not be attached to any kind of action. That thing is the mukta sanga, being free from any kind of attachment. Then anahamvadi. What is the anahamvadi? What does it mean by being anahamvadi? Free from the sense of doership. Ahamvadi means, ahamvadi means that karyakarta will keep saying, I have done, this is what is done by me. Boasting of all his action. Doesn't keep reinforcing the sattvic karta. He will not keep reinforcing that he is the doer. He will not keep repeating, I am the one who has done this task, I am the one who has done that task. So not boasting, Self-advertisement is not needed for such people. Then see, this is a very beautiful these two characteristics that we saw, Mukta Sangha and Anahamvadi. When Vishnuji, when Dhruv actually had darshan of Vishnuji, Mahavishnu, and when he saw, they have had a beautiful conversation. And when Vishnuji said, when he has said, you have spoken so nicely, whatever Dhruv could talk beautifully in praise of Sri Vishnu, Vishnuji was very impressed. And he said, when he praised Dhruv, what Dhruv has said is very beautiful. When I saw you, Hey Bhagwan, when I saw you, I could not utter a single word. I could not say anything. Only when your couch touched my cheek, I started talk. I could speak. He didn't say, okay, he's praising, so let me accept that praise. Dhruv did not have that attitude. What he said, only because of you, I have I could speak. Jnaneshwar Mauli also, when he has written Jnaneshwari, when he has told the entire Jnaneshwari, the entire credit he has given to his Guru. That because of the Guru only we can do anything worthwhile in our lives. So the entire credit goes to them. We should not get stuck with any thing. And a doer also gets stuck to action in three ways, which we have already discussed. These kind of attachments are not present in a Satvic Karta, in a Satvic doer. Apart from that, what are the characteristics? Dhrityasaha samanvitaha. There are three things here. Dhriti means fortitude, means the control a person has. See, there are certain times when you will have to go ahead and show your valor, be brave and do a certain thing. There would be some situations where we will not have to show our valor, but contain ourselves. Be quiet and stay in your shell and do certain things. So the action of controlling yourselves, being able to control yourselves efficiently is Dhriti. And Utsaha. Utsaha means what? Enthusiasm. Utsaha Shakti. Happily willing to do any task. Not just because I have been told to do some back-end work, I will be sad and doing it sadly. No. These Karyakartas, the Sattvic Karyakarta, will always be enthusiastic about the kind of work that is given to them. Dhrityatsaha samanvitaha. And then Siddhya Siddhyor Nirvikara. What is the importance of this? Siddhi, Asiddhi, Nirvikara. Whether it is Siddhi means success or Asiddhi means in situations of failure. Whether they face the situation of success or they face a situation of failure, in both the cases, they will be what? Nirvikara. Nirvikara means they will not lose their balance. In both situations, they will be equally calm, equally balanced. This is very beautiful. These two things, for their vikara, see, even Bhagwan doesn't expect us to be successful always. When Sri Ram, you see the life of Sri Ram, when he was going in search of Sita ji, when he was searching for Sita Mata, in between he met whom? He met Jatayu. Now, was Jatayu successful in saying Sita ji? He was not successful. But did that stop Sri Ram from appreciating Jatayu? No. Jatayu has got the honor that King Dasharath also didn't get, getting the last rites done by Sri Ram. That was the honor that Jatayu received. That time Sri Ram didn't see whether he was successful or not successful. So a Karyakarta, whether he is successful, whether it is Siddhi or Asiddhi, in both situations he will remain Nirvikara. This example has been given by Angad when all the Vanar Sena was stranded near the sea, and they were scared that how will we all are monkeys. They all thought we are all monkeys, small simple people. We will not be able to cross the sea in search of Sita Mata. How can we do this? And at that time, Angad is told, you see, Sri Ram is not worried about all this. Look at Jatayu. He was not successful, but he was blessed by Sri Ram. We have to keep trying. This is a very beautiful characteristic of what? the Satvic Karta. All these people, they are all how? They are Karta Satvika Uchyate. Such a person is a Satvic doer. They are not attached to the fruits of anything. And in case of Siddhi or Asiddhi, in case of success, failure, happiness, sadness, they remain the same. Tilakji, best example of this, when he was given the punishment of going to Mandalya jail. So far, that jail is a horrible place to stay. The entire country was sad, entire country was weeping. They all had sleepless night because Tilakji was going to be jailed the next day. But when this policeman went the next day to pick up Tilakji, he saw he's happily sleeping, no worries on his face, nothing. He said, "Oh, yeah, everybody is worried about you, Tilakji, and you are so happily sleeping." Why? Because it is pure nirvikara. He has done his best, and what is coming to him, whether it is success or failure, does not affect him at all. So, what we discuss is our ambition. This is where we have to reach. This is where we have to be Satvic Karta. But at the moment, where are we? That analysis we have to do based on certain options. For that we have to do based on certain options, and for that Shri Krishna tells what is a Rajasi Karta. Ragi karma phala prepsarlupto himsatmako shuchihi harsha shokanvitah karta rajasah parikirtitaha. Ragi, always attached, addicted to their actions. These two things are associated with any kind of attachment. What are they? This is my task and nobody should interfere in my task. Similarly, this is my task and other tasks I will not do. These are the two kinds of attachment a person has with their own tasks. One is that nobody should interfere in my task, and I will also not go and do any other task. I will do what is they are ragi, attached to their action. So attached that they will not realize that because of their inaction or their excessive attachment to that particular job, they are hampering the functioning of the organization. Suppose I go to the bank and one employee is absent. I request another employee, will you please do this task? And this person, he says, that's not my job. This person is on leave. You come tomorrow. What is that harm? As a customer, the bank's impression, I don't care who is the person who is on leave. I don't care who is the one who told. What impression will the customer carry? This bank is not worthy. So what has happened? The attachment that the person had to the task has led to a defamation of the organization. So this action of being ragi, being excessively attached to your own task, results in what? Results in hampering the bigger task. And the Rajasi Karta next characteristic is Karma Phala Prepsu. They are desirous of the fruits, want quick results. Not just Ipsu. Here, Shri Krishna has not said Phala in the previous saying, he is not just Ipsu, it is Prepsu. The word here is Prepsu. What does it mean? Prakarshena Ipsu. They wanted desperately, immediate results. That is the Rajasi Karta. In the elections, what we see, this party has not given me the ticket, immediately switch to another party. No waiting, no, let me work hard for 2 years. And then let me strive to get the party ticket. They will not say, I'll go to the another party. That is Prakarshena. And Lubdha means greedy. They are very greedy for wealth, greedy for fame. Greed is not restricted to wealth now. It is for fame. It could be for anything. And Himsatma. They also, because of the excessive greed, when there is excessive greed, then what happens? The tendency to hurt comes. For excessive profit. I am a doctor by profession, earning significantly well, but the greed leads to what? All these things, sell organs and whatnot. We see a lot of malpractices. Anything where excess greed comes, then what happens? The tendency becomes himsatmak, that is violent. And ashuchi. Ashuchi means corrupt, impure, foul, excess. All these are originating from what? Lubdha, that is greediness, lack of sense of purity. And when we talk about ashuchi, it is not just external purity, it is also the internal purity. Hmm. See, internally also, see, we all go to some restaurants and certain things. Now, at certain places, here also we saw, because they need more money to save a certain amount of investment in buying fresh products. People are using the stale products. That is external impurity also. Their minds are also impure. What will happen to people who consume it is not their concern. That is ashuchi, external as well as internal. And harsha shokan vita, get moves easily by joy and sorrow. If I am successful, post it on status by celebration, party everywhere, harsha. And shoka, if somebody is has not achieved what they wanted, small failures also get excessively frustrated, upset with insignificant displeasures. That is what harsha shokan vita, excessively moved by joy and sorrow. These are what Rajasi Karta. And then what is it that we should not be? Shri Krishna explains in the next look. Ayukta prakrita stabdha shatho naishkritiko lasaha. Vishadi dirgha sutri cha karta tamasa uchyate ayukta. Yukta means what? Who's perfect, discipline, proper. Ayukta means they have no sense of discipline. They cannot focus on anything. So certain students are also like that. No matter, once the DJ starts downstairs, leave all the studies and all, exam tomorrow, we'll see what will happen. Not able to control, no focus, run downstairs. That, and in all this, that Swamiji calls mobile a karana pishach, he says, that that mobile, it has a huge role to play in distractions. And this happens with us also. We also become indisciplined sometimes because of the mobile. This we have to avoid. Prakrita. Now, Prakrita. See, there is a word Sanskrit or Sanskrit. What does that mean? Somebody who is cultured. The opposite of Sanskrit or Sanskrit is opposite of cultured is Prakrita, means uncultured. They are not cultured, means they are not. It's like not having good manners. Not how should a person be? They have some kind of empathy. All these culture will not be there. Just as it is born out of nature, they will be stabdha, obstinate, stubborn. See, at one side there are people that the moment they know that this is my job, I will do what I think is right, no matter how much a person is explaining. Obstinate, this is the only right way to do it. This kind of obstination or stubbornness is in whom? In the tamasi karta, not try to understand others' perspective. Shatha means cunning. Finding excuses to procrastinate work, but still trying to show off, not having time or intent to do anything but show off. I've done, be everywhere. And then next undesirable characteristic of a karta is naishkritikaha, means harming the livelihood of others. No matter whether I am progressing or not, the other person's work should not be done. If he sees that somebody is progressing nicely, try to hamper their progress. That is naishkritika. Whether I am doing or not, their progress should be hampered. Their ना खुद काम करेंगे ना दूसरों को करने देंगे. Bill is being passed. I don't care what is it being passed. It is being passed by the government. We have to oppose it. Stubborn, stabdha, naishkritika. We don't care, but we will not bother it. Even if it is harmful, their focus is more on harming others than doing the progress. Alasaha, that is the easy word to understand. Laziness. In our Sanskrit Subhashits, in Sanskrit, there is a very famous saying, Alasyam hi manushyanam sharirastu maharipuhu. Sharirastho Maharipuhu, within our bodies. Sharirastha means stationed in our body, which is that one biggest enemy stationed right within our body. External enemies can be fought with later. They can be dealt with later. But the internal enemy, which strives within our body, and it doesn't, this Subhash doesn't say Ripu, it says Maharipuhu, means the greatest enemy resides within ourselves. And what is that? Alasya. That is laziness. This is prominently present in whom? The Tamasi Karta. And Vishadi, always lamenting, always complaining, small, small things, always, even in positive things. Sab kuch acha tha, but that Rajgul love was little less sweet. You know, that this little, even in positive, they will be able to find some or the other comment to lament, some or the other complaint will be all visible. That is Tamasi. Dirghasutri, Dirghasutri. Then we have this word procrastination. They are biggest procrastinators. What is there to do now? Now there is one saying in Hindi, Aaj kal kare so aaj kare so ab. And what these procrastinators will say, आज करे सो कल कल करे सो परसों, इतनी जल्दी क्या है, जीना है जब बरसों. That is the kind of attitude. We should not do this. Okay, remember, Shlok number 28, for things you should not do. Very, very important. We should always strive to be Satvic Karta, at least to be Rajasi Karta, and discard the characteristics of what Tamasi Karta from our personality. This we saw very important. So how are the three types of actions and three types of doers of this action? Now, what is it that drives the action? I am a doer, I am the doer, and I am doing something. But what is it that is driving a doer to do something in a certain way? It is that doer's intellect. It is the doer's control over himself, the buddhi. Buddhi is one of the most important things. How am I going to be driven towards a certain action? You all are learning Bhagavad Gita in level 4. You completed so many, 3 levels, so many chapters you have completed and reached here. You had the right intellect, you had the right dhriti. Because of the good combination of these, you have chosen a good path for yourself. These two should also be how? Satvic. So Shri Krishna says the buddhi that drives each action, our intellect that drives our action, is also of 3 types. And the dhriti means our fortitude, how we should be going ahead or not going ahead, that is also of 3 types. The dhriti and our intellect, these are also of 3 types. So Shri Krishna says, buddhir bhedam dhriteschaiva gunatas trividham shrunu प्रोच्यमानमशेषेण पृथक्त्वेन धनञ्जय. This buddhi and dhriti, the intellect, buddhi bheda dhritehe cha eva. Both buddhi and dhriti are also influenced by these 3 gunas, the rajogun, sattvagun and the tamogun. And now Shri Krishna says, I am going to tell you in totality what are the 3 types of intellect, that is 3 distinct types of buddhi and 3 distinct types of dhriti. They are very, very important. For what? For going in a correct direction. Unless these are right, what will happen? We cannot be a Satvic Karta and we cannot achieve Satvic Karma and we cannot attain Satvic knowledge. You see how beautiful synopsis Shri Krishna has given. The minutest thing that controls us. What Shri Krishna talks about Satvic Buddhi is very important. Pravrittaincha nivrittaincha karya karye bhaya bhaye bandham mokshaincha ya veti buddhissa partha sattvikim. There are some shlokas which should be a constant subject of our contemplation, constant subject of our thoughts. They should be the basis of our thought process. And this is one of those. Similarly, Mukta Sango na Hamvadi, what we spoke about the Satvic Karta, that also very important. That and this particular shloka, it should form the basis of our contemplation, the basis of our thought process. These are the shlokas which deserve to be pondered over every then, now and then, over and over again. So, pravrittencha, nivrittencha. What are the pravritti means something that you choose to do, and nivritti means it is something that you refrain from doing. So there are different things. See this how this chapter has begun. Arjun is asking, tell me the difference between sannyas and tyag. Sannyas means leaving all the actions. That is what is it is the sannyas mark, leaving. That marg is also called nivritti marg, means something you are leaving something, nivritti. And pravritti, the karma yoga that we follow, the purification of our actions that we are trying to understand through all the shlokas so far, karma yoga, that is the pravritti marg, that is the way we have to go on. So that is pravritti. So what is it that we should proceed with is pravritti. What is it that we should not follow is nivritti. These two are the important decisions we have to always take. Our intellect has to always decide, should I go ahead and study Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā, do its part, listen to the Vivation, or should I just catch up with the TV serial that is going on right now? Which is the better thing to choose? How we will be able to choose? Only if our intellect is right. And the intellect which will tell you correctly what is pravritti and what is nivritti. That is what you should follow and what you should not follow. That is Satvic Buddhi. It is the Satvic Buddhi is the one which tells you karya, karye, bhaya, bhaye. What does this phrase mean? What is a karya and what is a karya? So, what is it that, a karya means? We always say, may good sense prevail. What does that mean? What is it that is karya means worthy of doing? What is a karya? Which you should refrain from doing. Like if I go for a party, suppose office is given a party, just because others are, drinking, then we will also, just out of peer pressure, I can't avoid. It is something, it is not payer, whatever they are drinking, it is not something worthy of drinking. What is not worthy of knowing, we saw last time, is neya. What is worthy of drinking is peya, and that all other alcohol, all this is apeya. But just because others are doing, we end up getting, tempted to do or pressurized to do whatever. But if our intellect is light, it will tell karya, akarya. What is not worthy of eating? What is tamasi? It should not be eaten. That buddhi will tell you correctly. Karya, akarya. That Satvic Buddhi will distinguish between these two. And Bhaya, Abhaya. What is it that is to be feared? See, Abhayam Sattva Samchutte, that is correct. That is a Satvic Gun, Daivi Gun. But in that also, there are certain things which we should be fearful of. If there is a live electric wire, we from pole to pole, these electric lines are put. And if I see that a live wire, that is, even if I am very, very courageous, there is no abhaya, there is no intellect in just going and touching the live wire, because you are going to die if you do that. When there is a big, when the streams, when the waterfall is at its peak, jumping in it and checking your swimming skills is stupidity. So, what you should be fearful of, what you should not be fearful of, Bhaya and Abhaya, these are things a Satvic Buddhi will always know. Though Abhaya is a Daivi Gun, the best intellect is the one which also knows where to be fearful also. Speeding on roads, it is Abhaya. Is it Abhaya? No, there you should be scared. Abhaya, it should be feared. It should not be done. One should be similarly, not only these things, one should be scared of doing wrong deeds, adharma deeds, all the deeds, all the actions, that also we should be fearful. If I take bribe, then something bad will happen. People should fear that also. Paap ka bhi phal, people should be scared of it. And this kind of Satvic Buddhi, it knows one more important thing. What is it? Bandham mokshai chaya veti. What is it that is a binding for me? What is it that keeps me entangled? And what is it that keeps me sorted? So we were just discussing sometime that YouTube shorts, they will keep coming. That mobile is a big temptation which we all cannot avoid. Bandha, it is a bandha. We have to understand. The Satvic Buddhi will understand that mobile, the YouTube shorts, all these videos, these are bandha. They are binding me to something which I should not be doing. Bandham. What is moksha? If I keep myself away from the mobile, the discretion, that is Viveka Buddhi, that discretion will be there. That is moksha. The intellect which knows this, Veti means knowing, the intellect which knows what is a binding, what is liberating, what is karya, what is akarya, what is action, what should not be done. All these characteristics, the intellect which knows, that is buddhista partha satviki. Hey partha, that is sattvic buddhi. So that is important. And then he comes to the next lower order of the buddhi, which is Rajasi Buddhi. In the 31st Shlok, Shri Krishna explains, Jaya dharmama dharmaincha karyancha karyamevacha ayathavat prajanati buddhissa partha rajasi. Very important characteristics of the Sattvic Buddhi. Yaya dharmam adharmaicha karyancha karyamevacha. They know all these things. We saw that our Rajasi, Sattvic Buddhi, it knows what is pravritti, what is nivritti, what should be done, what should not be done. Similarly, here, dharma, adharma. What is it that we should continue and what is it that we should not do? What is karya, akarya? The Sattvic Buddhi clearly knows what is karya, what is akarya. But what about the Rajasi Buddhi? For Rajasi Buddhi, ayathavat prajanati. What are the words Sri Krishna has used here? Ayathavat. For that, we have to first understand what is yathavat. Yathavat means as it is, knowing exactly how it is. Sattvic Buddhi, yathavat knows what is a karya, what is a akarya. Sattvic Buddhi, yathavat means it correctly knows what is pravritti, what is nivritti. And how is the Rajasi Buddhi? It knows ayathavat, means it does not know clearly. It is confused whether it is right or wrong, always contemplating. It is a state of confusion. It knows, but it doesn't know appropriately. That kind of buddhi is what? Rajasi Buddhi. And then the lowest order of intellect that a person can have is adharman dharma vidya manyate tamasavrita sarvarthan viparitamscha buddhista partha tamasi. Tamasi buddhi, the tamoguni buddhi, it is clouded by what? Ignorance, by darkness. Avrita, tamasa avrita. Tamas means what? Ignorance. It is darkness. And the tamasi buddhi, it is clouded by ignorance. What is this meaning of clouding? A rajasi buddhi is at least better because it has a doubt. If the rajasi buddhi gets the right direction, if it gets company of the right people, intelligent people, good people, it will be driven towards what? It will be driven towards sattvikta. It will become nishchayatmika buddhi. It will be a good buddhi. However, this tamasi buddhi, they are very, very sure that what they know is right. And what they know is right, even if it is wrong. Adharmam dharmamiti. This is adharma. The adharma they see as being dharma. Seeing the wrong, that is adharma, as right. Seeing it as right. Justifying. Justifying the wrong as right all the time. Nowadays we have see so much time, so much in media, so much they will talk about different things. We will not get into the details of it, but so many incorrect things, whether it is about our dharma, whether it is about our different practices, whether it is about our country. So many wrong things are posted very confidently as right. This is tamasi buddhi. Posting wrong things, ignorance. And why this happens? This happens out of ignorance because it is clouded by ignorance. Even if you try to bring them out of their ignorance, it is not going to help. And whatever they do, whatever they interpret is always opposite. Sarvarthan viparitanscha. Hmm. So there is, if you see that cigarette packet, there is a statutory warning. So smoking is dangerous to health. Even after knowing that it is not meant for them, Sarvarthan viparitanscha, even after knowing, they will be, the tamasi buddhi will be inclined towards doing the wrong action. Hmm. That is the problem with the tamoguni buddhi. It is completely clouded by ignorance. It is clouded by ignorance, and it is very difficult to convince them. Why? Because they have convinced themselves of adharma being dharma. But we should be very glad for what? Learngeeta, organizations like Learngeeta, that our buddhi is getting the right direction. We were in a state of Rajasi buddhi, contemplating what is right, what is wrong. And with the help of Bhagavad Gita, with the help of what we are learning here, we can go in the right direction. Everybody wants to get to Satvic buddhi. We will get that Satvic buddhi for sure. We are all seekers of Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā. Nothing can stop us from attaining the Satvic buddhi. However, there is one thing which is necessary to attain that Satvic buddhi. And what it is? This buddhi, it is incomplete without the dhriti. That is the force with which you would pursue certain things. If I am not having that desire to pursue it, that conviction, basically dhriti means what? Conviction to pursue something. Unless you have that, even if I want, no, I will join Learngeeta, I want to get Bhagavad Gita in my life and attain that highest order of karma, highest order of buddhi, it cannot be achieved unless you have a sattvic dhriti. So dhriti, that's why Shri Krishna said, buddhir bhedan dhritesh shaiva. Dhriti also has three types, and this sattvic type of dhriti we should have. They should be seen together with the buddhi. Unless we have the right dhriti, and if they are not taken together, then it is difficult to achieve. So let's just see the three types of dhriti before concluding today's session. Little more focus, and we will be able to get the whole topic in totality. So first, the sattvic dhriti. Dhrityayaya dharayate manah pranendriya kriya. योगेनाव्यभिचारण्या धृतिः सा पार्थ सात्विकी. Now understand mana pranendriya kriyaha, this phrase first. What happens once a desire comes? Where it comes? It doesn't come in this hands, it doesn't come in my eyes, it doesn't come in my speech. Where is the desire originating? In your mind, mana. It affects your pran also. If you are very, very angry, what happens? That breathing will be very fast. Somebody who's very calm, peaceful, his breathing will be peaceful, a little slower. So our prana is very closely associated with man, that is our mind. They both are very, very closely associated. And what originates there translates where? Into what the indriya, that is our sense organs, are doing. So first the desire is originating where? In your mind. Manah pranendriya kriyaha. So at this place, everything is originating. And dhritya yaya dharayate. The entire the force which controls this, okay, the firmness with which you can control your mind, your prana, and your sense organs. The control, the force with which you can control these is what? Dhriti. So the firmness with which we can control our mind, our prana, that is our breath, and our sense organs, that is known as what? Sattvic buddhi. So the dhriti, the conviction, the force which holds these three together, which controls these three appropriately. We were talking about that karana pishacha, that is the mobile. Now, if that mobile is in my hand, it is in my hands. Actually, it is in my mind. No, it's actually in my dhriti to control whether I'm typing through the YouTube shorts or if I'm just making the phone call for which I held my phone and keeping it aside. It is our dhriti which will determine what we are doing with our mobile, isn't it? So, dhrityaya dharayate manah pranendriya kriyaha. What the conviction which controls all these three, and yoge navyabhicharanya, the one see, yoga navya vicharanya, the mind, see the chitta, how your mind is avya vicharini. It is not going here and there. Now also I'm seeing some people are listening to the session very, very carefully. Yogena, by yoga. What is yoga? By focus, complete focus. By focus, not letting your mind dwindle here and there. The one who can continue in this direction is what? Satvic Dhriti. Once I have registered at Learngeeta, I have registered to learn Bhagavad Gita in level 1 and determined that I will do. However, after level 2, I thought, no, let me, complete certain things and then I will join the next level later. That is not Satvic Dhriti. Started off something but didn't have the conviction to finish it. I hold the mobile in my hands, but I do not have the conviction to do just what am I expected to do, but keep dwindling here and there. That is not Satvic Dhriti. What is Satvic Dhriti? Which keeps you focused, which keeps your mind, breath, and all your sense organs in control. And when we meet, like, today is Ekadashi also, luckily, see, somehow this kind of shlokas come on Ekadashi also in Vivechan sessions also. Very good coincidence. I decide that I want to do Ekadashi. But it is also Ganesh Utsav going on. So I decided that I have to do fasting on Ekadashi, but somebody got those different pakwan in front of me, and then I say, okay, leave it. From the next time I will do, let me eat whatever is coming. So what happened? Our dhriti is failing here. However, the Satvic dhriti will be the one which will have a complete control over the mind, have a complete control. If anybody brings amras or gulab jamun, anything, burger, whatever they are bringing, in spite of everything, today is Ekadashi, I will do my fasting. That kind of dhriti is Satvic dhriti. Shivaji Maharaj and Afzal Khan, now when this Afzal Khan was coming to Maharashtra, he destroyed so many temples and so many things. When Shivaji Maharaj heard of that, he was very, very angry. But his army was very small. So with a handful, how could he have just, if he was not having the right type of dhriti, he would have just gone attacked. But he controlled himself. He just made a fist of and when he understood that, my army cannot defeat, but I have to defeat this man. Just because we will not go into the detail of the story, but only because he could control his emotions, even with the army of nearly some few thousand soldiers, few soldiers, he defeated an army of 20,000 soldiers. So not only his army, his entire army, Afzal Khan's army of 20,000 soldiers, plus Afzal Khan, everybody was killed by Shivaji Maharaj. Just some 20-25 odd soldiers, small army he had, he managed to kill. Beautifully, if you see Shivaji Maharaj's life story, it is dhriti, his dhriti is best. He has never lost control over the situation by managing his dhriti. But however, there is a second order dhriti. Shri Krishna says, Yaya tu dharma kamarthan dhritya dharayaterjunam prasangena phalakangshi dhatissa partharajasi. If I am getting, if something is of my benefit, like I am not able to control Ekadashi, but something very delicious has come in front of me, I will lose my patience. Then that is kamarthan. It is driven by what? It is driven by desires. It is driven by desires. That kind of dhriti is yayatu dharma kamarthan. It is driven by desires. That is the dhriti. Now, this type of dhriti is also good. See, we should not, as I told earlier also, having these good desires is also good. Our IT professionals, how they are doing, work from 9 to night, 12 hours, in front of the computer, they will do. That is also dhriti. Why? Because they're very focused on what they're going to get out of their job. That kind of dhriti is also good. But how? That again, that desire has to be controlled. It should be a controlled desire. Shopkeepers also, they will sit on their shops for such a long hours. Why? Only because that is their business. Even if it is difficult, they will they will stay there. Why? Because kamarthan, it is driven by desires. It is desired by desires, and prasangena phalakangshi. Prasangena, depending situational. So if it is the situation is of my benefit, I will go ahead and manage, continue following my rules. Otherwise, I will just let it go. This kind of situational, driven by desires, this kind of fortitude, this kind of conviction is called what? Rajasi dhriti. And what is the last one? Shri Krishna says, Yaya swapnam bhayam shokam vishadam madamevacha na vimunchati durmedha dhrtissa parthatamasi. This is the least of the order. How it is? Some people, they will not even think about achieving something great in their lives. How it is driven by dreams, driven by laziness, driven by sorrow. What is the use of doing? So much I tried last time. However, I'm not getting any success. Grief. Once the depression has stuck them, by grief, by vishad, mother, arrogance. I have achieved so much, I don't need to do any work. How some youngsters nowadays, my father has so much money that I don't need to work my entire life. This kind of mother is arrogance. This is arrogance, conceit. This kind of that is going to result in what? Tamasi type of dhriti. No need to do anything. Navi moinchati durmedha. They abandon. And what Shri Krishna says, one important word that he uses here is durmedha. This kind of dhriti is in whom the people who don't have the right type of intellect. Medha is intellect. Sumedha, good right type of intellect. Durmedha, the intellect which nobody should have. So such people who are driven by a wrong type of intellect, how they are always in their dream world. This will happen. We have all heard that story of that milk lady, who decided she will sell milk, she will do this, always in their dream world. They are driven by the state of rest, and driven by grief, driven by depression. No matter what I'm going to do, the situation is helpless. I cannot do and won't even try. That kind of dhriti is what? Tamasi dhriti. So this is very, very important. When we combine all these things, having the right type of dhriti, having the right intellect, will result in what? In us being the right kind of doer, the right kind of actions will be done. It will lead to the right kind of action, and it will lead to right kind of knowledge. And all this thing is being brought together. Why are we doing all this? Ultimately, what is it that we are trying to achieve? We are trying to seek happiness, isn't it? Why I want knowledge? Because that knowledge is going to give me that ultimate level of happiness. Everything I want. Why are we doing so many actions? Because it gives us happiness. Now, what Shri Krishna says is something very tricky. That happiness is also of three types. And what are those three types of happiness? We will see in the next session. So with that, this entire karma related important discussions that we had, I offer that in the lotus feet of Shri Krishna and Param Pujya Swamiji himself. Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Extremely sorry about the extra time, but it was kind of essential to take all of it in one go.
No, Didi, please, no need to apologize at all. We really thoroughly enjoy it, and by giving the anecdotes and the very nice incidents, you make these things relatable. Thank you so much.
I'm very thankful for all the patience you all have displayed by waiting throughout the session. Thank
Yes,
you.
before we take up the questions from the sadhakas, quick announcement for those who might have missed it in the beginning. The Sampurna Geeta Parayana, which is a divine initiative by Geeta Pariwar, has completed 1 year with Bhagwan's blessings, Guru's grace, and devoted Geeta Sevis recitals. And to celebrate this significant milestone, Akhanda Geeta Parayana, Sampurna Geeta Parayana, will be conducted tomorrow, Sunday, September 15th, from 6:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. Indian Standard Time. Please, we request you to take part in this blessed event. And now, time for what to do. You can raise your hand, turn on the video if possible, and Shraddha ji Didi will be answering the question.
Shri Krishna Shambhu Bhaiya.
Jai Shri Krishna Didi.
Jai Shri Krishna.
It was a very nice session. It was so beautiful, really. I enjoyed it. But only one question I do have, that will you please kindly explain the exact dhriti in details? Dhriti meaning and everything. What is dhriti?
Means the force which will make you do a certain thing. The conviction. See, suppose I decide, like we were discussing about Learngeeta, like I have decided that I will do it. It's the drive within us which is going to make us complete that action. That force is dhriti. The conviction to complete a certain task, the conviction to follow what you have decided. That conviction is called dhriti. Okay.
Now, suppose I have decided that I have joined Geeta, I learned Geeta.
Yeah.
So now that if I am doing regularly, suppose Geeta classes and all that, is it dhriti?
Of course it is dhriti, because you decided that you will do it and you are actually doing it. So that is definitely dhriti.
Here the kinds of dhriti, as you have explained nicely, it was nicely, but I was confused regarding dhriti. Exactly the dhriti, what is the inner meaning of dhriti?
Inner meaning of dhriti is that staying on your decision, basically. Just to put it in another words, staying on your decision, remaining firm on your decision, remaining firm on the aims, targets that you have kept for yourself. That is dhriti. Okay.
Thank you, Didi. Jai Shri Krishna. Very nice.
Thank you. It is all Swami.
Anita Agarwal ji Didi. Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna, Anita Didi. Please unmute yourself. Please unmute again, Didi. Anita Didi can't hear you.
Yeah.
You have to unmute.
Yes.
Now I'm audible?
Yes.
Jai Shri Krishna, Didi.
Jai Shri Krishna.
It's such a beautiful session, no? Didi, I just want to say, I'm in the habit of jotting down everything you say. For every slok, I jot down something. Last time you did up to 20th. 21 and 22 are skipped. You said you will take next time, and you started with 23.
We had completed 20 up till 22 because
up to 20th.
No. Because I have listened to my previous session and then started today's session. We had completed up till this thing. Yattu kameps prathakvena tu yajnanam. Anyways, 21st shloka was about. Did I skip the 22nd shloka? Is that what you are trying to say, Nina?
I think we started with 23rd today.
Yeah, we started with the 23rd today. I assume that we had completed up till the 22nd. However, so what we had seen up till the 21st shlok is the Yattu Kamepsana, all these actions we had seen. All three types of knowledge we had seen. That Satvic knowledge, Tamasi knowledge. So the third one, that is third type of knowledge is the Tamasi knowledge. Tat Tamasam Radharan. What is this? Yattuka, the 22nd shlok, I'll just read it once. Yattu kritsnavade kasmin karye saktamahaitukam atatvarthavadalpaincha tattamasamudharatam. Yattu kritsnavat. Kritsnavat. That means just, it is focused on only one thing. I remember telling this example about a swan and a frog also last time when we had it. They think that irrespective of they for this kind of knowledge, the people who have this kind of knowledge, one thing is, Shri Krishna doesn't even say this is a kind of knowledge. If you see the previous shlokas, in the 21st and the 20th shloka, Shri Krishna says, Tajnanam Vidhi Rajasam, Tajnanam Vidhi Satvikam. By 22nd shlok, it talks about the tamas knowledge. Shri Krishna doesn't even call it knowledge. He says Tat tamasam udaratam. What is tamas? What is tamas? The tamas knowledge is equivalent to tamas. And what is it? It focuses only on one thing. It focuses only on itself. Only beyond me, there is nothing which is more important. What I believe or I know, that is the only right thing, and only that limited knowledge, severe limitation of thought, severe limitation of sanskar is tamas knowledge. For example, if you see that, I had given an example of a frog and swan. The frog say, if this much only I can jump, that is the longest, biggest water body that you can imagine. Beyond this, there is nothing that can exist. Ahaitukam, without any reason, their thoughts remain restricted. That is a path of decline. Okay, it is a complete path of decline where it is a degrading kind of a thought process. As I told you, it is not even knowledge, it is a degrading type of thought process which can be classified as tamasi jnana. Because it doesn't have its foundation. One more important fact in this is atatvartha vadalpaincha. Atatva arthavat means their foundation is not in, their foundation itself is in lie, or is in without having a foundation of truth, basically. Atatvartha means tattva is truth, but their foundation lies in falsehood, and their thinking is very, very narrow. That kind of thing is declared as tamas. That tamas udarata. Okay.
Thank you, Samadhi. One more little question. How much time did it take for Lord Ganesh ji to write Mahabharat?
I don't know. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Some people say 10 days, some people say 3 years.
I don't have any knowledge about this.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Thank you so much, Siti. Your sessions are beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you for making it to the session.
Lingaraja Sahu Bayaji, Ajay Shri Krishna. You can unmute and ask the question.
Thank you, madam, for your nice presentation.
This is little low, Bayaji. Can you increase the volume, please?
I have one question, madam.
I can't hear you now. I can also see somebody.
Bayaji, Lingaraja Bayaji, your voice is little low. Can you increase the volume, if possible, please?
It's my volume first.
Madam. Am I now audible, madam?
Yeah, you say we'll try to.
So my question is on shloka number 27, second para, lubdo hingsatmako suchihi. Lubdo hingsatmako suchihi. In Sanjivani Gita, madam, I have read that those persons who have accumulated wealth, this Rajas person, tamas person, when they die, and people after that death, when they pray to God in the form of bhajan sake, even the bhajans are not effective. So here, asuchi, in that respect, how do you appreciate this idea, madam?
We are not actually able to make out the question very clearly. Manjula Didi, were you able to? I just think he asked about Ashuchi, but Ashuchi is asking in certain context.
The 27th shloka is referring to Lubdho.
He's asking about the Ashuchi mentioned in that, but he's asking that in a specific context, which he's not able to hear properly.
Bayaji, can you, is it regarding the wealth accumulation, which is done the wrong way? Is that the question that you're asking, Bayaji?
Is the interpretation given in Sanjivani Gita?
Oh, interpretation Sanjivani Gita. Okay, Gita plus Gorakhpur, correct? Okay, yeah, continue, Bayaji.
In that connection, want hingsatmako suchi in that connection.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is the
exact
you have?
question?
Payaji? So
Madam?
what is the doubt you have about that interpretation, Payaji? If you can tell us that, then
No,
Didiji will.
when the people pray to God after death, the prayer is not successful, even not effective, because they have possessed the wealth in a corruption way. That is my question.
Okay. So the thing is, when they have possessed the wealth through wrong ways, and if they pray to God at the time of death, will they attain, good things after the?
They will not attain liberation. Is that what he's saying?
Yeah,
Okay.
that is.
Ashuchi of wealth. I think that is what he is trying to say. Ashuchi of wealth means wealth which is accumulated by wrong means. Anything which is accumulated by wrong means, that karma is wrong, because see, we have seen it is not a sattvic karma. And if that has led to what tamasi karma, then the tamasi karma will always have some undesirable effects on us. Undesirable, it is going to take us to what? To lower worlds. ऊर्ध्वं गच्छन्ति सत्त्वस्था, मध्ये तिष्ठन्ति राजसाः, जघन्यगुणवृत्तिस्था, because their वृत्ति was wrong. Adho gachanti tamasaha, because what has happened? Because the wealth is accumulated by ashuchi, the wealth is accumulated by wrong intent, it is accumulated by wrong means, it is not pure form of wealth. And because the wealth is not pure, the actions that have been done to get it are all tamasi karma. It is not good type of karma. If it is tamasi karma, it is always going to take you to a lower, it is going to be degrading. And obviously, even if that person prays, does whatever he wants, it is not that the prayers are not accepted. Even with that, they have to bear the consequences of their tamasi karma. That is what it means. I hope that.
Thank you, madam, for your interpretation. Very kind of you, madam.
Sugita, Didi, you can unmute and ask. Yes.
Jai Shri Krishna Didi. Actually, this question I wanted to ask in the previous session, but I didn't get a chance. Like in the 16th shloka, in the 16th shloka, like you said that our soul is not attached. Whatever actions we are doing, that's what I have noted it down. Yeah, Didi.
What is your question? I don't remember what I said last time. But what is the exact question?
Person's mind will not be constant. They keep on changing. Like there are 3 types of knowledge, as you said: Satvic, Tamasic, and Rajasic. So sometime it would have been Rajasic, like some like what to say, Valmiki. He was a hunter first, Rajasic. After that, he wrote Ramayana. He became Satvic, maybe. So he keeps on changing. Like all these actions of a person, does it affect his soul? That's what is my question. Like, how do you interpret this?
How do you affect the soul? See, whatever actions we have done, whether we like it, it has happened in ignorance, whatever it is. We are going to bear their consequences. Whether you see yourself as doing it or not doing it, that is a different thing. But what is said in the 16th thing? So what happens? This is in the 16th shlok was in context with, I think, the karma. Like though we were talking about, I think it is after that adhishthanan and all that we have seen. No, in the 14th shlok, Shri Krishna says, adhishthanan tatha karta. All these are the components of any kind of action. And in that, what happens is sharira mang manobhidyat. All the other actions, all different components he's talking. And in this particular shlok, what Shri Krishna is saying, that Atma is not the karta. Atma is the power which is giving you. Atma is the energy which is giving you a power to do something. And a person who is able to see that is actual, has the correct vision. But somebody who is not able to do that, Atmanam Kartaram Pashyati. He feels that everything is, uh, doesn't have basically the knowledge of who I really am. That kind of person is being spoken about. What is your exact question here? I'm still
Like,
no problem. Yeah, you can take the question.
like what I wanted to know, a person will not be the same in the same mentality. There are three types of
Yeah,
mind
correct.
changes.
Yes,
So will
correct.
be changing. The person will be changing. If a person is Rajasic first and later on becomes Satvik,
Mm. But he
like,
has to bear consequences of both.
okay.
Yeah. No matter bearing consequences, even Brahmaji cannot leave you from that. That is going to come. No, if I've done all types of tamasi karma and then I become a sadhu, become a sattvic doer, not going to help. Whatever has been done, that also I have to bear. Whatever is not, whatever good also, that also you cannot escape. Once punya kara, you have to enjoy your punya and then only there is liberation. So,
Okay.
both
So
are,
the body is a karta, doer of the action. The soul is not
yes,
attached to
the soul
us.
is not the doer of the action. So there is a misidentification which is explained in this particular shlok. And apart from that, Shri Krishna says that that misidentification is there. And part of your question, that even if that is the case, whatever actions are done by the Jivatma, you have to bear the consequence.
Consequences. Thank you very much, Didi. A very difficult chapter indeed, I think. We have
Nothing
to
less
think a lot,
difficult than the 13th chapter and other chapters. So,
but it's very clearly explained, Didi. Thank you very
all
much.
Swamiji.
Pranav Pancholi Bhayaji, you can unmute and ask the question.
Pranam Pranav Bhaiya, Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna, Didi.
Jai Shri Krishna. You have again.
Yes. So, mota moti, I understood that no one is perfect in this world, so nobody is 100%. So, as I would like to know about the need, thin line between the need and greed, because we are human being. So, how, when we have to cross needs and greeds. When need is food, but apart from need, we going to convert into luxury. Our basic need is the roti, kapda, makan. But we are very greedy. So how to control that?
How to control that? It's a
So what which type of thoughts or which type of behavior we have to maintain in our routine life?
whole vivation I will have to repeat to it.
Yes, understood. But some I
That's why
always
probably
be
you said mota moti hi samjhi, because you want to me to repeat the whole thing. Yeah, it's on a lighter note. I said that, Pranav. Yeah. But see, basically, this is a very interesting question. That how do we control? Because see, when we study Bhagavad Gita and when we see all these big principles, the first thing we know is that is where we have to reach. But when we have to reach there, it is one gigantic Mount Everest that we have to climb. And that's how, that is the reflection I get from your question, that this is the big thing. How do we achieve that? That is the bigger problem. And all these shlokas, that's why when I talk about Satvik Karma, Satvik doer, Satvik Buddhi, while these are just the principles, you have to apply these to smallest of your actions. Every action should be examined closely. So just a small thing like how we are talking to our own children. When we are talking to them, the small thing in the 17th shloka, Anudvega Karam Vakyam. This is Satvik Vani. Now our speech also has these three. Is our speech like that for everybody? Evaluate every action. We are both talking to each other. Now also if I say, oh, what kind of question is this? This means then I'm going wrong there. Every small action. Gradually, what happens? Oh, boond boond se banta sagar, we say, no? It is like that. Then so many good sattvic actions are accumulated. When you are every small, at the end of the day, when you are sleeping, Just think, contemplate about all your actions. What is one action that I could have done better? What is that one action that I have learned something? If suppose, I'm just giving an example,
Yeah, no, I understood.
yeah, if I say that, my neighbor's child is fighting with my child, and I have probably scolded that neighbor's child. I have not done it. Okay, I'm just telling. I love my neighbor's children. But for example, I'm saying at the end of the day, you think about what is it that I could have done better. At that time, I could have used a better speech. This small, small contemplation about each action will result in what? In beautiful shaping of your personality. Then gradually, Satvika in your speech will become your habit. And once it
So
becomes our habit, then that Mount Everest will start, it will shrink in size. So that is one thing. Another thing is something which I have learned from our Radharani Vanikar Kakaji, Kakiji, Ashubhai, everybody. When you see these great people around them, around us, you see how they talk, how they behave. One thing is, I've seen from all of them, everything, that's starting. Kakaji in his Vivechans always says, action you're starting, start by taking the name of God. End it while taking the name of God. In between, whatever is done, every day, just program your mind in one way that whatever I am doing, may I not go wrong with my task. When we start with this prayer कि मुझसे आज जो भी काम हो उसमें कुछ गलती मत होने दो. अब थोड़ा बहुत होगा, शुरू में होगा, because little bit of problems might happen. Gradually that, our daily routine should become like a refinery. How is a refinery? It purifies the oil, refined oil is there, no? Like that, a refinery. Make your daily routine like a refinery. Every action, make it better the next time you do. Today, if while cooking, I got agitated for some reason. For some reason, I've become agitated with my boss. I've scolded my colleagues. I've been, next day, try to be more subtle, more sober. Gradually, you convert your daily routine into a refinery of good action. Then this automatically, this Mount Everest will not appear like a Mount Everest. You will become so same samatva. You will try to achieve. You will achieve, and when that is achieved, then all these things will appear very small. Okay, does that
thank you,
answer your
Didi. So
question?
I'm in my workplace. I have put the 23rd sloka. So I'm keeping in mind my karma should be Satvic and my karma should be the
Very good, very nice, absolutely beautiful. Everybody will have a different favorite shloka, and so nice, very good.
thank you, Didi. Thank you very much.
And that's the way to go, We all should have one favorite shlok which drive us. One by one, if we say, if we try to implement one by one principle in our lives, everything at one go like sadhu santa we cannot do. Slowly, like he has chosen satvikam niyatang karma. There's somebody else niyatang sangarahitam, that kind of shlok. Somebody else will say uddaredatmanatmanam, some other shlok. Just make any one shlok. Once you have achieved that, then move on to the other shlok. That's a beautiful way to bring Geeta in your lives. Jai Shri Krishna Ajita Bhaiya.
Abhayaji? Yes. Yes.
The very nice interpretation with awesome flow. That's why my question is for today. What is the Satvic Dhruti of Shivaji Maharaj? What is the key secret behind that?
What is the
Key secret behind that?
secret? Very, very interesting, very nice question. And to know all the secrets, I'll tell you, there is a Katha, Shivaji Maharaj Katha, Swamiji has done. I'll tell you the secret, but I'm telling, I will be able to tell only in short. When you listen to that secret from Param Pujya Swamiji himself, it is amazing. He had recently done this in the Patanjali Haridwar. Swamiji had done this year only. Shivaji Maharaj Katha he has done. You can get the links on YouTube. Otherwise, you take my number. I'll send you the link. Listen to the story for every detail. There is a very good book also he had recommended. That is there. And just to put it in short, he has, from our childhood, he has done great studies of Mahabharata and Ramayana. What Swamiji always says, somebody who has studied Mahabharata, the name of Mahabharata Grantha is Jai. Anybody who follows the principles of Mahabharata will turn into victory personified. While Shivaji Maharaj was always victorious, he never went wrong with his policies, whether it is the policies at battle, whether it is the policies at his governance, whether it is the policies with his relationships. Everything he was perfect, whether interpersonal skills, how to deal with enemies, everything. Why? Because all that knowledge is there in Mahabharata and Ramayana. From a very young childhood, Jija Mata has taught him these stories and he has learned the right things. Just a small peep into, because you are learning Bhagavad Gita, peep into Mahabharata and studying Bhagavad Gita will help you a lot. Because why? What was special about Arjun to get Bhagavad Gita? Why these particular names of Arjun? When Shri Krishna is advising something, how is his personality and how whatever he's teaching, how he is justified by living those principles, all this you get to know only by studying Mahabharata. Another beautiful components of Mahabharata is Learngeeta. If you study each shlok, this year's Mahabharata Katha by Swamiji had beautiful description of Learngeeta. All these things when you see, then gradually you will know all those principles. And one thing which Swamiji very assertively says is that all the management principles that are put in Western books, Indian books, all books, they are all present in one Mahabharata. There is not a single principle, the management principle or any principle of the, that life skills principles we say, every life skill, it is covered in Mahabharata. That is the importance of studying Mahabharata. And if you listen to his Katha, and it is mesmerizing, you should listen to Swamiji's Mahabharata Katha for more insight into what I'm saying, and start reading the Grantha. Try to analyze every person, every personality. See, then you will gradually understand the secret of Shivaji Maharaj also. And then go through his Charitra also.
Didi, please put your contact number in chat box.
Okay, sure. But yeah, that is how it is.
Any other questions from our sadhakas?
Further questions?
If there is any,
personally, I can't put it on the whole.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah. So there are no other questions in the chat box either. So if there are no questions, we'll continue with the rest of the session with your permission. Okay. Yes. Thank you, Shraddha, Raodeo, Didi, as always, and all our sadhakas for those interesting questions, and this interaction is really very nice. And now, before we move on, I just want to take a minute to thank our techno star of the day, Srinivas Golakoti Bhayaji, and for coordinating this entire session so beautifully, and our entire technical team, all the Gita trainers, mentors, Gita Sevis, and devotees who attended this session. Let us continue our Gita sadhana and attend these sessions regularly to enrich our spiritual knowledge. May Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā be our life guide. So let us recite the prarthana to thank Bhagavan Shri Krishna for guiding us all along and for making this session successful. And to do the prarthana, we have Srimati P. Lakshmi Madhuri ji with us. She's a general manager in PSU from Iluru, Andhra Pradesh. She holds a bachelor's degree in arts, and she's very much interested in reading. Associate with Geeta Pariwar since January 2023. Didi ji is already doing seva as a trainer and also as a technical assistant. Lakshmi ji, Didi, I request you to recite the prayer. Shri Krishna.
Thank you so much, Didi. Very beautiful session. I would thank for Geeta Pariwar. I don't know English. Talking full.
That's okay. But your emotion is well received. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. योगेशं सचिदानन्दौ वासुदेवौ रजप्रियं धर्मसंस्थापकौ वीरं कृष्णौ वन्दे जगद्गुरुं श्रीकृष्णौ वन्दे जगद्गुरुं.
Your soulful prayer has added more grace to this.
Definitely. Beautiful. Totally agree with you, Shraddha, Didi. Yes, now let us all chant Hanuman Chalisa and seek the blessings of Lord Hanumanji.
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मन मुकुर सुधारि बरनउ रघुबर बिमल जसु जो दायक फलचारि बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेश विकार जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा गानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा हाथ वज्र औ ध्वजा विराजय कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजय शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगबंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सिंहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर सहारे रामचंद्र के काज सवारे लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुवीर हर्षि उर लाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरत ही समभाई सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावै अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावै सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा जम कुबेर दिगपाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीव ही कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपद दीना तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना जुग सहस्र योजन पर भानु लील्यो ताहि मधुर पल जानु प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुमरे तेते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना रक्षक काहू को डरना आपन तेज समारो आपै तीनों लोक हाकते कापै भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवै महावीर जप नाम सुनावै नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावै मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावै सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा जिनके काज सकल तुम साजा और मनोरथ जो कोई लावै सोई अमित जीवन फल पावै चारों जुग प्रताप तुम्हारा है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे अष्ट सिद्धि नो निधि के दाता असबर दीन जानकी माता राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावै जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावै अंत काल रघुवर पुर जाई जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई और देवता चित्तन धरई हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई संकट कटई मिटई सब पीरा जो सुमिरै हनुमत बलबीरा जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई जो सत बार पाठ कर गोई छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई जो यह पढ़ हनुमान चालीसा होय सिद्धि साखी गौरी सा तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा की जय नाथ हृदय महडेरा पवन तनय संकट हरन मंगल मूर्ति रूप राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसहु सुर भूप सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय।
जय श्री राम, जय हनुमान, जय श्री कृष्ण। सर्वं श्री कृष्णार्पणमस्तु। सर्वे जनाः सुखिनो भवन्तु। ओम तत्सत्। जय श्री कृष्ण एवरीबॉडी। थैंक यू।